up, everyone? It is your girl GLBeauty 87 here, aka Grace Honey, and today we about to get into my Land of Enchantment from Ensley Reign Cosmetics. So y'all know I had to get this palette, right? Like, the color story is just all me. Even the outside packaging shows you. Oh, it says Shine Bright in there, if y'all can read it. I know it's hard to read because it's written on top of the gold, but I just love like the aesthetic this brand gives. They already peeked, sneak peeked a new palette, and they've already revealed the color story and everything. It has a similar looking character to the one that's on the Harvest Moon palette. So this is what she looks like. Ooh, this palette is heavy, child. Okay, it is heavy. And then it has like a little castle on the back. I'm with Heather Austin. Like, I'd rather have the castle on the front and then you open it up and the girls in there. But since they actually have a mirror in here this time, I'm assuming that's why they don't have like the castle on the front. Because I definitely would have been feeling the castle on the front more than the girl on the front. But that's okay. This thing is heavy because they have a mirror in it this time. I'm trying to remember, how much does this retail for? I ended up getting 20% off mine as opposed to 10 like everyone else, because since I had to wait so long for the Harvest Moon, and I think she had predicted it to get to people sooner than it actually did, she ended up giving everybody who did the pre-order like I did for that palette a 20% off coupon. So mine was 20% off instead of 10, but you can use my code or my affiliate link and get 10% off, which is down below. If you love blues and purples and then get a chance to get your hand on the Winter Wonderland palette and don't want to wait, because I think this one is still in stock, do not quote me, or there's a pre-order for it. And I don't think there's a pre-order for the Cosmic Brushes Winter Wonderland, but this is what she looks like. Honey, I mean, everybody knew I was getting this palette. We all knew. As soon as you saw it, we knew. I mean, look at her. Me not having this palette just sounds absurd. It's gorgeous. It has my blues. It has some mint greens. It has some purples. It has some little pinks in it. I'm pretty sure the shade Earthlight, I think it's supposed to be a holochrome. Don't quote me. I'll have to go grab my phone and investigate. And this mirror just looks gorgeous. Like, it has a little embossing around it, as you can see. Like, look at her. Yes, I'm here for it. So of course y'all know I got palettes to compare with it. To it, I'm going to get my phone so we can find out how much this actually costs and which ones are holochromes, dual chromes, and all that good stuff. And plus, I need to take some of these palettes out the sleeve because, as usual, I came unprepared. Hold on, please. Okay, y'all, so this palette retails for $88.88. I always think it's interesting that they have like the exact number doubled. I'm like, I don't know if that's like an angel number type thing that she just does with the marketing or what. But it says, every shade of whisper from the ancient worlds, every hue a tribute to the star seed within. This palette is your key to unlock portals of unimaginable beauty. Experience 4 dreamy multichromes, 4 magical holochromes, and 4 shimmery dual chromes in a variety of textures and finishes, paired with 13 velvety mattes in our refined formula. Envision the palette as your canvas to create, transform, and transport your beauty to realms of ethereal wonder. I'm sorry, celestial wonder. Why that was so difficult to say just now, I don't know. Cradled in custom packaging, adorned with artwork as mesmerizing as the palette itself, your new collection arrives ready for a journey through the divine dance of light. Okay, so it doesn't say which colors are dual chromes, which ones are multi-chromes, which ones are holochromes. I feel like you should be able to tell though by the texture which ones are the holochromes. I'm trying to look at the pictures. Like Earthlight, I was right. Earthlight looks like it's one of those holochromes. So does Moon Magic. It looks like a holochrome. I'm trying to see what the other two are. Because in the other pictures, I don't feel like I see one. Maybe Cosmic Flow and Lyrium. But yeah, y'all, it's raining here in Chicago. But at least I don't have to worry about the sun coming in at that weird angle at the end of the day. So I guess, thank God for small favors in that. So of course y'all know I gotta compare it to my Winter Wonderland, because it's a blue, green, purple match. Well, more like a blue, yeah, blue, green, purple magic wonder. So here's what they look like side by side. I'm thinking about doing a battle of each one of these just to see which one you would prefer, especially because this one's more on the affordable side and you don't get the holochromes. Because I know some people aren't a fan of the holochromes, like the one in Uden's Eyes Snow Dream palette. People did not like that. A lot of people didn't. So I'm thinking I'm going to compare both of these for those of you all who want that option. I'm going to do that later on tonight though, because I got to get this video done first. But there will be a video comparing both of these that'll probably go up Monday. Don't quote me. I make no promises. Next, I want to show it aside the Serenity palette because they both have, you know, blue, green, purple. Now these green and purples will be a little more aesthetic difference, and I feel like this would be more of a companion palette to this one, like it's a companion palette to the Wonderland palette, Winter Wonderland palette. But here's what both of them look like. As you can see, it has blues, it has greens, it has purples, it has the random orange, but it doesn't have the exact same tones. But you know, it was here, I was here, everyone was here. So there you go. Now I can take this home. Next, I have this LH Cosmetics Daybreak palette. Now I didn't buy this. I told one of my friends I had to do a video, and like she was gracious enough to let me use it, because some of the brands I don't buy from, she still buys from. So when I see they have a similar color store, I go ahead and show it to her. I feel like the Daydream palette from ColourPop could be a good alternative for this one if you don't want to spend LH prices, because I know they're kind of high, but I figured if you had this one, you might want to see a comparison between the two. So I figured I'd go ahead and show it, because again, I was here, you were here, we were all here. So, and so was the palette, so I was just like, you know, we'll just show it. Next, I have the Mattes Pressed Pigment palette from Sugar Drizzle. I feel like this just has a lot of mattes to add to this palette right here. Like if you want more depth, if you want airbrush shades, stuff like that. I feel like this is like the all matte version of this Ensley Reign palette. So if you don't care about having the shimmers that come in this palette, I feel like the Sugar Drizzle palette is the all matte version to this palette. And the matte formula here is actually really nice. I didn't like the original matte formula that they had when it came to the Frosted Flamingo. The Pickle one was a little bit better, but I feel like they nailed it when it came to this one. I believe this is their matte formula moving forward, and it's a lot better than the original one that they had, in my personal opinion. So, but that's just a all matte version of this palette. So next we have the Aurora Struck. Now remember, I did change my palette around, so some of the shimmers in here are not the same as they used to be. I took shimmers out of some of my favorite indie shadows that I was not using and put them in here. So here's what it looks like side by side. I feel like this is the one that looks the most like it, but remember, I did customize mine to look like this. It did not exactly look like this. It had more grays and a little bit more neutral than this one has, but I feel like I created my own version of this, so this can go on the, you know, my favorite palette combinations who did it, I'm sorry, my palette recreations who did it better video. So I have to leave this here a little bit longer to film that, but I have to find some more of my collection that match. Next, I have the Rogue palette from Fenty Beauty. This is definitely one of my favorites of 2023 for sure. I feel like this will just add a little bit of grunge to this palette, because I feel like there isn't like certain tones that have depth, like there isn't a blue that has enough depth, and then you have this black and this gray that you compare with this nicely. So I feel like this would just be a good companion palette. But I told you I was going to show companion palettes, and I was going to show regular palettes that go with it as well. I have to leave this here for the rankings, so let me throw that in that box. And the last one I have is the Gothic palette from Cosmic Brushes. I feel like this would just add some more purples to this look, and again, you get some darker tones that I feel like might not necessarily be in here. So again, this is just another companion palette to add with this one to make a nice little cute little look or whatever. So those are all the palettes I have to show. I might have some more at home that I just didn't think about that you'll see in the palette comparisons. What is it, reel or shorts coming soon? But let me zoom you in real quick and cute like. I will most likely do 2 looks with this palette too. If you haven't noticed lately, I've been doing the 2 look thing or whatever. Oh, underneath my eyes, comment and tell me which under eye you like better. I've tried 2 color correctors that are different. So I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and then we will figure out which 2 eye looks I'm gonna do with this gorgeous palette. So I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all. So here's the shades I chose. Ignore this pink one right here. That's just the highlight that's on my face. So these are the things I'm thinking like we can do with the first look, because I'm going to do like a blue green look with those darker tones, but still use like the mint and the light blue. So this is what I'm working with. These are a couple of holochromes. I know this is Starseed. I forgot the name of this one. Let me open the palette real quick. It's Moon Magic. So this is Moon Magic. This is Starseed. This is Shattered Stars, and then I combine Divine Light and Shattered Stars to make this shimmer right here, because I think I want to put Divine Light mixed with Shattered Stars to put in the inner corner. I thought Divine Lights was going to be more mint tone, but I found it not to be. Matter of fact, let me just swatch it again so you can see. It's pulling a more purple, if you will, but like when you look at it straight on, it's like mint, but it shifts to like pink, purple, and blue. So I might as well just lean into the blue and purple situation of it all, and that'll be like our inner corner or whatever. So that's what I'm rocking with right this moment. So let's get into that. I'm using some rougher brushes and some Sigma brushes. So I'm gonna start off with a rougher 16, and I want to take that light mint shade called Awakening, because we're going to take the blue shade called Transcend into the inner corner. So, Reference having a last minute 50% off the entire site sale. If anybody's interested, I'll try to remember the link down below. I really like their brushes. I use more of their eye brushes than their face brushes though. I guess because I feel like their face brushes cost way more, and I feel like their eye brushes are more like Sigma based pricing, which is like the pricing I'm used to. And their face brushes I feel like are just kind of higher than I normally spend. Like their bronzer brush is like $110. So if you want it, girl, you better go grab it. It's 50% off price. Maybe grab 2 if you think you really like it, because it's high, honey. I'm not saying the quality isn't there. It's just I'm not one who likes to pay $1 million for brushes. So when when Redford does have a sale, I definitely be on it. Like, look here, give it to me, give it to me. So is it too early to say I'm going to put this in the best of 2023, even though I'm only using like this one time? It's just because I know like the quality of the brand and all that. I guess that's why I'm like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and put it in there. Plus I'm like inspired to make like 3 to 4 looks now, y'all. I think it might end up being 3 because I want to do a lighter, more pastel-y look like I did with the Adept Cosmetics Element 115 palette. I want y'all to see that you can use lighter shades to create a whole look and it still look halfway decent, and let you see how more of the pastels work in here in addition to doing like a deeper shade. But I was thinking like maybe I should just tone it down to 2, because it's like I still got to turn around and then use this palette with the Winter Wonderland like I told you all in the beginning, because I want to, you know, I'm trying to think, should I cut the crease a little bit before I put this blue in there, because I want to mix up the tones. I think we will. Every once in a while I, you know, do stuff like that. So I figured today's that day to make sure that the colors are showing true to color. I'm going to do that, and that's something I rarely do, y'all, just because I be like, look here. No, I don't know if y'all can hear the rain, but honey, it's raining here in Chicago for real. But I rather have rain than snow. So like the old folks sing in church, I won't complain. Because yeah, I'd rather have rain than snow, especially because it's December in Chicago. My son's like, maybe it'll snow for Christmas this year, because when it did snow, it did not snow, I think, at Christmas time last year. So he's like, well, maybe it'll snow for Christmas. I'm like, it can snow for Christmas, but I don't have to go nowhere on Christmas. Like, I can literally stay in the house and do nothing. I have one more Christmas present I have to buy for Adriangameover. It's a beanbag chair for him to play his video games in. He had to buy a new monitor because his monitor died. So hopefully the guy gets it here before Christmas, because that was his Christmas present to himself. I bought some stuff off Camera Ready Cosmetics because they had a deal going. They had a deal going for the 2-Up palette from Lethal that I had been wanting to try, but I didn't want to pay regular price because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. And then Angie's review of it was like low in her ranking, so I was like, I don't want to pay full price if I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. So I ended up getting it for like 26 bucks, and it cost like 40 something. So that's when I was just like, okay, I'll buy it. And then I bought something to add to the giveaway for you all on there as well, but I'm not gonna tell what that is. Hopefully it gets here by Christmas Day, because I hate to not ship it off. My other giveaway one, unfortunately, like had an issue with their thing, so I'm like, hopefully it gets back to me in time. They said it was supposed to get back Monday. I still haven't gotten it, but I need to go like check and see, because if it didn't come to the house, that means it came to my P.O. box, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to go check and see what's going on with that. So yellow, look at that. Oh yes, I'm loving the coloring of it all. So I'm thinking on the outer V, I want to start off with that green shade, and then I'm going with the blue shade called Edge of Night, because I'm feeling like I want a little bit more depth from here once we put like that darker shimmer on. So I'm gonna start off with the greenish shade that I swatched that was in front. I think it's a pretty shade, and I feel like it'll accent nicely with the mint. Or at least that's what I was hoping for when I did it that way. I have to wait and see. Child, I don't. Yeah, but I'm definitely feeling. Ooh, yes. Look at that color. It's giving I'm living, yes. But yeah, y'all, it's one more week of school for Adriangameover. He's been going to track practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm excited. I'm excited that he's actually found a sport he wants to be involved in, because I feel like for the longest time he was saying he was going to do track. Like when he was at middle school, he said he was going to do it, and then he didn't actually do it. So now that he's in high school, he's actually picked his sport, and they're going to be practicing and going to work on it. So I'm officially going to be sports mom now. He did do Taekwondo for a little while, and he was really good at it. He got to the belt where you do the nunchucks, and then he kind of just stopped caring. He's like, I just wanted to get the nunchucks. I'm like, seriously? So you made me come to all these classes all this time. Your grandmother go to all these classes when I was busy and had to go to work or do something else. It was most likely just me going to work or whatever. And then you know, decided you want to do anymore because they didn't give you the nunchucks that you wanted. I was like, tell you about these children, child. Tell you about these children. But, you know, I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of Awakening, that mint shade, and just kind of dust around to get like a little airbrush effect going out here in the outer V. Plus the color is blending nicely when I blend it with it, so it looks cute. I think it's a little too much down there, but that's okay. You know. I'll take it. Yeah, it's giving I'm living. Now I'm kind of thinking I just want to do Starseed and not even worry about this one, because I feel like Starseed is getting a little bit more blue, and this like shifts from like blue to purple and all these other different tones. So I think I actually might just go in with Starseed and call it a day, because you're still getting to see one of the holochromes. It's just not, I'm not going to do multiple holochromes, that's all. But you know, that works for me. It's cute. It just sucks that I'm not going to get any like decent lighting outside for my thumbnail. But since I started changing the way I do my thumbnails, like back in the day, it'd be really irritating because I didn't like cut myself out the way I do now. But I'm using a new app, so now it doesn't have to like bother me as much as it used to when I like it wouldn't work out, because my thumbnails be like all type of crazy. Well, not crazy, but you know, they just be transitioning. You know, people are constantly transitioning and changing, so that means my content transitions and changes with me. Like in the video, I told y'all what I want to do in 2024. That you should see. I'm going to try to put it up the week of New Year's Eve. That's when I'm planning on putting it up. I was thinking about putting it up on New Year's Eve. That's like what I plan on doing. Well, I'll tell you about all the stuff that I plan for the channel next year, including thinking about a membership, which I'm kind of excited about, but I have to see how y'all feel about it. Because I mean, you've been the one watching this, so I want to know what you think, you know. I'm taking this Wet n Wild brush from the Pac-Man collection. I have a Sigma E, I think it's 35 or the 45 that I'm going to use on the next eye, which is why I'm just using this one for now. Or did I already use that one and I have to grab another one? I think I already used that one and I'm going to have to grab another one. But we're going to go into the shade Starseed now. And I'm just like tapping it. I'm not trying to like brush it on the way I normally would, because I feel like with the holochromes you can't like do that. You have to like press it in. But it's definitely giving some extra special sparkle going on, if you will. But you know, I'm here for it. It's cute. I feel like it's an icy like winter fairy vibes, which I'm not mad about. Y'all, I had lost this headband that's on my head for a while. That's why you haven't seen it in a while. But I found it when I was like, came over with my mom to clean up yesterday on Friday. So I was like, yes, bust out the head band once more, since I have found it. Because I'm loving to wear these things, especially to keep my hair back for the little part that's short up here. But then like, I ended up not being able to find it one day because I had so much bubble wrap sitting around. I'm taking the original shade to start off with, just like here on the very, very back of the eye, to bring a little bit of it back in there. And then I'm going to flip the brush over. This is a Sigma E25 blending brush. I'm going to flip it over on this side, and then we're going to get into that dark blue called Edge of Night. Just to smoke her up a little bit more. So yeah, so they have returned because I have found them, essentially. Ooh, yes, look at how nice and smoky that is. Yes. So I'll tell you a story about my friend who's a teacher who had like a traumatic experience teaching at a middle school on the next eye. Because honey, when she told me that story, I was like, girl. Like, girl. She teaches in middle school, and I'm just like, I don't know how you do it. Bravo, teachers, bravo, because I don't know how you do it. because I could never. I could never. And the funny thing is, I think I've told y'all before, like as a kid, like for jobs, like teaching was never a job I thought of like ever. Like some people want, like I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a lawyer, I wanted to be a dentist, you know. I wanted to be a gymnast, I wanted to be an ice skater. And yes, I did do both. I was that kid who was like into a little bit of everything. So I did ice skating, and I did gymnastics, and I did, you know, like, so I did a whole bunch of stuff, but like that made me think like maybe I want to do this adult, but like that was never something I wanted to do as an adult, as weird as it is. Like I never wanted to be like a teacher. I'm thinking about using this eyeliner I got from Moira. Again, y'all seen it in the haul. It's #1 Atlas. Let me swatch it and see how I feel like it looks with this eye. Because I'm like, I don't know if it's necessarily going to go with this eye. Yeah, see, no, it's giving more of a pink to like whatever shift. I bought a couple of them though. I have like a green one. It's it right here. It like shifts to a different shade. And I don't think it's necessarily going to work for what I wanted it to work for. So let's look at the green one and see. Because it's like I want to use one of these in the video. At the same time, so I'm going to have to change eye looks again and do a different eye look. I'm like, should I really try to use it? Because y'all know I still got to do the one for the Winter Wonderland. And if it doesn't match, then it's looking crazy. This one's like a green to blue to whatever. So I might use this one in that video. Because I want to use one of these in one of the videos for the end of year is up. Since I bought it this year, I think I want to like use it this year. But I think we might use the white eyeliner in this video. I have to see. I kind of like this weird little patch of just extra going on, so I'm not gonna wipe it off and leave it. I think it looks kind of cool. Yeah, so I got the milk eyeliner. I believe that's the name of this color. So let's see. I was trying to turn on the angle to make sure y'all could see what I was doing. So I'm sorry if my face is off camera, but as long as you see my eye, girls. That's the point. Yeah, okay, y'all can see mine. Okay, so that's what we're working with. I think it gives a nice little touch to this blue eye because it gives them a icy vibe with this white eyeliner. So I'm here for it. I think it's cute. I hope y'all enjoy it. Let's get this inner corner done, girl, and then I will go off camera and figure out what we're gonna do with the next eye. So I'm thinking about maybe just doing the light pastel-y eye like that, and then I'll save like the purple look I want to do for another time, because I feel like I've given y'all purple looks already, because I gave you the purple look with the Winter Wonderland we're gonna do. So I don't want to be giving too much purple and y'all be like, look, girl. I'll be like, I know, I'm sorry, okay. I just love purple. So yeah, I think we're gonna skip out on the third look. So this is the shade Divine Sky, put in the inner corner here. So this is what we're working with, girl. It's actually putting a little more minty than I expected it to, because I thought it was gonna, you know, not be doing as much, but like on camera it's giving mint, so I don't think we're gonna add the shade Shattered Skies on it. I was gonna add Shattered Skies because I thought it wasn't gonna show you all the mint, but since it's showing you all the mint, it's not necessarily doing the shift that I thought it was going to. We'll leave it here, girl. But this is my icy smoky moment. I'm gonna go put some mascara on, and then I'll come back after my hand swatch and show you the more pastel-y eye look we're gonna go with. Even though I feel like this is somewhat pastel, but I feel like this is combining pastel and smoke, and I'm gonna do literally like a little bit more pastel and use the pinks and stuff. So be right back. Okay, y'all, so here are the shades I chose for this one. This one shifts to such a gorgeous shade, and then I just love the shade right here. So I was like, I'm gonna put these two on the lid. This is gonna be in the corner shade for extra pop to go with the pink that's in the crease, and then this will be our transition shade. This will be our crease shade. This will be our outer V shade. So I wanted y'all to see like I said, a lighter look. Even though I started off with a light on this side, but I mean I want the look to be just a little bit brighter as a whole. So we're gonna start off my Sigma E40 and take the shade Nodal Shift. Hope I'm saying that right. It's the light pink that I showed y'all to start off with, and we're just gonna start with my E40 all up in the crease. I'm really loving this. Oh, yeah, so I'm supposed to be telling y'all the story about my friend and the 11-year-old threatening to kill her at the school. And I haven't put a police report on an 11-year-old child. I know. Okay, so my friend told me this story because I had messaged her on Instagram. And I'm like, you know, how's it been going? You know, like, because I had to be one of her references for her getting the job. So I filled out the form, and then our other friend filled out the form. Our boss was supposed to fill out the form. I'm sorry, her ex-boss, who was still my boss, was supposed to fill out the form, and then he never did. And she said by the time he messaged her, she just told him, like, you know, don't even worry about it, doesn't even matter, you know, like, moving on. So she gets the job, she starts at the school, all that. So she's been working there, I want to say, since maybe Adrian's birthday, so I want to say August. So she's like, I'm like, well, how's everything going at school? You know, like, trying to see what's going on with her and get updates and all that. Because, you know, she had been working with me for a while, and I had been asking her, like, you know, like, well, when are you going to actually pursue, like, you know, teaching at a school? Because, you know, she got a degree from UIC, so I was like, girl, go use it. Or whatever. So she tells me, you know, like, oh, everything's okay. I ended up having an incident with a student where I had to have the police called on one because she had threatened me. And I'm like, ho. Why? Because I'm like, you know, you telling me she threatened you. It's like, okay, but what did she threaten you for? Like, what happened? So then she tells me the long story that I'm about to tell y'all about what happened. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she says the girl has a behavioral problem or whatever, and that the school didn't inform her that the girl had a behavioral problem. So she sees the girl just doing basically whatever she wanted, knowing she can get away with it because she has this behavioral condition. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she's like, because she wasn't properly informed, like she had told the girl to like do something or whatever, and then like the girl got mad because she's used to people just let her do whatever she wants to get away with it. And so she like pushes my friend. And so my friend's like, oh, no, that's not okay. So she told the school about it. She said she's disappointed because the school didn't do too much of anything about it. This is the shade Lost World. So I was just like, oh, okay. So she said they didn't do anything. So then she's like, the girl came back another time and like they'd be cursing her and her and a couple of friends would be cursing my friend, calling her a B and all this other stuff or whatever. So I'm like, okay, so they acting like what they are, the kids got it. So she was like, one day, like, she really wasn't feeling it. So she told them, like, they needed to like, behave, basically. And, you know, then the girl said she's going to have people waiting for my friend outside. And she was going to beat her up. And then she, like, pushed her again. And then there was that whole situation. So, again, school did nothing. Which I'm just like, wow, okay. So, But I'm just looking at it from, like, the school's point of view. They're like, they're not going to get sued and have parents, you know, like, pointing fingers or whatever, especially since they knew she had the condition. But in all fairness, it's like, why did you tell my friend? Like, you know she's going to be working in this classroom with his students, and you know it's their job to recommend kids when they don't do what they're supposed to do. That's part of being a teacher. So why wouldn't you tell my friend that this child has a condition so that way you wouldn't put her in the position of being attacked and all this other stuff? So I partly fault, like, the administration for not properly informing her about the student's condition, or the teacher that she just worked with. Why didn't you properly inform her on what was going on? So that way she conduct herself accordingly. But anyway, so she was like, the students were waiting to get in the classroom one day or whatever, and she's not supposed to be around the student anymore after like the second incident happened or whatever. So she was about to, she was like, just go ahead and let them in or whatever, and like as soon as like her friends come in, then I'll just leave or whatever. So she's like, she told them to go ahead and let them in. The girl comes in, pushes her down on the floor as soon as she gets there, and then threatens her again or whatever. So she's like, she ended up having to get like a whole police report against this child. I'm using the shade Atlantis now because the child, you know, basically like has been threatening her the last 2 times and then like attacked her, and then and now 2 of her friends are saying that they're gonna come, like they're gonna send people up to the school afterwards to beat her up and all this other stuff, all because she just, you know, is doing her job. So I was like, y'all, I thought that was crazy because I'm like, all she's doing is her job. And just because no one else wants to reprimand you or say anything, and one person says something, like, you think you should have the right to just do whatever you want. I'm like, I'm like, see, this is why I couldn't be a teacher. I have patience for nonsense, aside from the fact, like, you know, like, I feel like nowadays people just let kids do whatever they want and get away with a whole bunch of stuff that they shouldn't be allowed to. Like, I can understand, like, minimal things, but it's like threatening to, like, kill someone and you all not doing anything about it. Letting people just go around doing whatever they want. It's like, you know. you just setting her up for failure in the real world. Because like in the real world, nobody's going to care about this behavioral problem she has. And then nobody's going to, you know, like it's not going to correlate. It's not going to be okay. So like, you know, I'm like, no, like that, none of that is okay at all. But I want to hear what y'all think about it, because I'm like, I think the administration should have properly informed my friend on what was going on with all the students in the classroom she was going to be a part of, and then this wouldn't like escalate to what it is or be a situation that it is now. So when she told me that story, I was just like, oh, like this is why people don't want to go in this field of teaching, because it's like nobody's trying to do all that. And then did y'all see the video of the lady that went viral for like going online and like talking to a parent and you know, whatever. I mean, she didn't say the kid's name and all that, but it's like, you know, did you get this mom's permission to do that while you got her plastered all over the internet, making her seem like she's this horrible person? Because to me, that's the vibe I was given, and I wasn't feeling it at all. It's like, you know what that lady goes through at home. You don't know if it was just a bad time when you called. It's like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that could have went wrong with what's going on. Like, all you see is surface level what's going on. And just like you having issues, other people in life have issues too. So I wasn't feeling that teacher going online, ooh, y'all look at this eye, yes, it is too cute. It's giving I'm living. Yes, look at, girl, this light language shade is just everything. But back to what I was talking about. So I'm like, I feel like I applaud all the teachers out here who like deal with this type of stuff, because it's like, you know, I'm like, maybe she should be in a special class and instead of a normal class with like people who are trained to deal with that, because it's like not properly informed teachers, and then her just being able to like threaten people and do whatever and nobody say anything or do anything about it, to me isn't acceptable either. Because like, you're paying me to be basically like a caregiver slash teacher and all that, but it's like you're not actually letting me do my job, and then, you know, I'm being threatened and all these other things, and you're not doing anything about that either. And it's like, then y'all don't want to pay teachers anything on top of that. So it's like, I just thought it was a lot, and I was like, just no. Just no. But like I said, I want to hear what y'all think down below, because I'm like, I couldn't get over when she told me like she had to get a police report put on the kid, because, you know, they're over here trying to threaten people like they're grown, and, you know, they're doing entirely too much. But yeah, y'all, so that was pretty much my story. And I'm like, keep my friend in your prayers, because honey, like, if she was me, I can't, I cannot imagine like having to go to work every day and worry about being threatened by some middle school child, all because I did my job and told them to do something. Because essentially, from what I told you in this story, and that what happened, like, she told her to do something because, you know, it's her job to tell her to do stuff and teach her right from wrong, or how to conduct herself in the real world when it comes to dealing with other people, and she's not being allowed to do that, and being threatened when all she's trying to do is what they pay her to do. So I was just like, I'm just putting light language on top and trying to kind of blend them together. It's not going as great as I was hoping, but, you know, see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's not doing exactly what I was hoping. Let me see if like doing my finger will help it a little bit. But yeah, like, I'm just like, I feel like this is why people don't want to be teachers anymore, because of all these types of things. And I'm curious if anybody watching is a teacher, how you feel about this and what you would have did in this situation, because that's mainly what I want to hear. Like, what have you done in this situation if you was my friend? Because I'm just like, I'm just putting more light language on it, just because I think it looks good. But like, what y'all doing?
The only correct answer is to fight a child.
Because y'all just heard Adriangameover's answer, but I'm going to take a shade Atlas now, put some more out of you. I feel like this look looks gorgeous, and I didn't expect to like it this much because I don't feel like this outer V shade is that deep. But I don't know, with this light language on it, I feel like it's just giving exactly what I wanted to give. And now I wish I had just put it all over the lid instead of putting that other shade in the front, because I feel like it's not getting to shine like I was hoping and wanted it to, because, you know, I put that other one. That's okay. I'm gonna put a purple like eyeliner on the outer V, so we're gonna try out the purple one from Made by Mama Mitchell. Well, that's what the white one was from. If I didn't say, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put the shade Faye in the inner corner. But I'm like, yes, like honey. Like God knows who to give what to, cause honey. Just absolutely not. But as you can see, the inner corner is doing a little bit of brightness going on. It's cute. It shifts quite a bit differently when you put it on the lid, I'm sure. But I didn't want all that. I just wanted it to be extra like pop of pink to match with the pastel pink on the lid. So we're gonna take a little bit more of the pastel pink and just dust all around. Okay, so let's get into this eyeliner. So I will say I feel like the brush tips on these are like a little bit like stiff and kind of hard. I wish they were like a little bit like softer. But like otherwise, I like them just fine. I feel like they're have a decent amount of opacity. I wish this blue, this purple was a little bit brighter, but you know, it'll do for what's going on, I guess. It's still giving like pastel vibes. I just wish it was a little bit brighter, if you all see there. So I'll try to build it up just a little bit more. I don't want to try to build it up too much and then, you know, start having that cakey effect because it's too light. But yeah, so that's pretty much this eye. I like both eyes. Let me back you on up and talk about my thoughts. So I feel like I gave y'all a little bit of like light and dark mixture, and then still like a soft moment for people who like a soft moment, because I feel like this soft moment actually is a soft moment I would normally wear out and about. Like I wouldn't hesitate to wear this eye out, even though it's not as deep and dark as I normally like to go for. But I feel like this one is a nice mixture of both if you're into both. So I must say I'm very impressed with this palette. I can't wait to do a purple look with it though, because I feel like I'm gonna put light for the light seeking, start light language all over the lid with a nice purple moment, or maybe in the inner corner, and just give an extra oomph and brightness. Because I feel like I could do a purple halo eye with this, put light illusion in the inner corner, and then put the fun shade and put some of these other brighter purple shimmers on there. I feel like it just look immaculate. So I am in love with this palette, y'all. This is actually one of the new favorites of 2023, even though I've only done 2 looks with it. That's how confident I am in loving this palette. It's giving I'm living, and I'm just like, yes, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. I love this palette. I would definitely recommend this. However, I am going to show it to you alongside the Winter Wonderland, like after I film a couple more videos with these eyes on, just to kind of give y'all a tease of what to look forward to, or to go back and look at this video if you haven't seen it when you watch my best of video. But yeah, I'm 100% all about this palette, and definitely think you should try it out. It'll be linked down below along with my code. Like I said, I'm not sure if my code works yet or not. If it doesn't, you can always click the link and support that way. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'm loving the eye looks I got out of this. I wish I had time to do some more, but I still got like 3 or 4 more other videos to film. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.